Hello, everybody. Okay, I should be live right now. Gotta check my phone. If there's any issues, as usual, with hearing me, hearing the videos. Okay. I'm waiting. I'm not talking yet. I'm talking about some current events that's going on. Couldn't fit everything in the title, so there's a lot more that we will be talking about. Just checking on my phone real quick while I'm waiting for more of you to come in. As you can see in the chat, baby, get those likes up when you come in. Greatly appreciated. Oh, thank you. One person got the likes up. There's 3 people. Hey, Jamar. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope your relatives in the islands are okay. The hurricane. All right. So, in the past, I would play the music and we would wait. But unfortunately, some things have changed. So, can't play that music. So, okay. I'm about to jump right on in. But you see some of it on the screen. We got Maya. We have this tragedy that just happened. We know that the food stamp crisis is still going on. And I'm going to talk about that and a lot more things. So give me one quick little second real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'm just going to get started. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So let's go get into it. Let's get into it. All right. First, I want to talk about, Brandy and Monica. Brandy and Monica, we know they are on tour. The Boy Is Mine tour. And so many people want to go. Yes, I covered the video about Brandy did walk off. She said she was dehydrated, but she went back She went back to work. Sorry, something popped up on my screen. She went back to work, doing her thing on the tour. And so far, it's been really great. And there have been a few surprises, actually. I think there were a few surprise guests when they were in Atlanta. I always hear that when people give concerts in Atlanta, because so many musicians and celebrities live in Atlanta that they pop up on these concerts and everything. And I mean, there are some seats available, but I don't want the bad seats. No, I'm not going to a concert to see Brandy and Monica just to be all the way in the back. I mean, those are tickets you just get to jam with people, just listen to the music and dance with people way in the back. And the tour looks really good. I mean, there are a few tickets available, but not everyone has access to them. Some of them are like $1,000, $700, $500, $400. So, I mean, look. Money Long, sorry y'all. Money Long was also a part of the tour. Kelly Rowland was a part of the tour, the opening act, and Mooney Long actually is kind of sick. And I haven't really seen her. When I see the videos on TikTok of the concert, I don't really see her. I hear that she's sick. And look, what's crazy? What's crazy is that I literally said to myself, if Maya was on this tour, that would be epic. And literally within 3 days, Maya now is on the tour. Now she's filling in for Money Long because Money Long again is sick, but I've been seeing Maya all over the place. And she actually, I guess they called her last minute. Money Long was sick and Maya was ready. And to me, it always made sense. Like, why she should have been on the tour to begin with, because Brandy and Monica were holding down the 90s, early 2000s. And Maya, what makes me sick when I talked about people discarding our legends? It makes me sick when people act like, I'm going to take it there. People tend to always bring up Beyonce because Beyonce has had longevity. She's had longevity. You know, Beyonce was in Destiny's Child first, and they were big during the late 90s, and then Beyonce went solo in 2001, 2002, and then her career took off, and she's been dominating the music industry since then. And even though Mariah Carey also has been dominating the music industry and has a longer career than Beyonce. So, but people will often say, look, Beyonce is a megastar, and yes, she is. She's on, to me, Michael Jackson is still, no one's touching him, but when they compare women, what they see today, they often say Beyonce. So people are always comparing other women singers to her. And I'm like, first of all, Maya is R&B. She's R&B. Aaliyah was R&B. Brandy and Monica, R&B. Toni Braxton, Janet Jackson. These women, because I was looking in the comments section and people were happy that Maya's on the tour, and they're like, oh, I wish she was a big star, a bigger star. I'm like, you know her name because she was a big star. What are you talking about? Everybody knows who Maya is, at least black people. Maya had hits. Maya has a Grammy. I mean, she's not some has-been type of thing. She had her career. The music industry has changed a lot for a lot of people. A lot of Gen Z and Gen Alpha are listening to millennial hour music that was better. And they're still touring. It's not like our greats, because people stop just talking about Beyonce. She ain't the only damn singer. And a lot of women had really good music that was big. Okay? So Janet Jackson is still alive. Toni Braxton's still alive. Brandy and Monica. Maya. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. And it's just amazing to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Maya is a star. She might not be mega like Beyonce, but she's big enough that we know who she is and we listen to her music, and she has some hits. So she's still doing her thing. She went independent. She started her own music label, which was smart because she keeps a lot of the money. She says she makes more money now being independent than when she was under a big label. She tours a lot and she gets to keep her money. She's in control of the outfits, what she records, her writing, who she works with. So you do make a lot of money. Now, not everybody who goes independent is successful, but she had a big career. And she has a fan base that when she went independent, she's still able to maintain her career being a celebrity and selling out tickets. So she's doing well for herself. So anyway, yeah, Maya is on the tour. It's like I sort of manifest. I don't usually like that word, manifesting, but damn it, I was thinking this. And out the blue, oh my God, Maya's on tour. And it pisses me off because I want to go to this damn concert. So let's see a little bit what's going on. I'm pissed as shit that I'm not. I mean, like I said, I could go, but I'm not. I refuse to have those seats way up top, way in the back. Absolutely not. I need front row or the middle seats. I'm like, look, I said, you know what though? I know what I need to do to be able to go to these concerts because they pop up out the blue and fans are not prepared. They just pop up out the blue. We're going on tour. And Maya wasn't a part of the tour, but now she kind of is. Not officially, but she kind of is because she's been on these concerts and Money Long is not there. So this is what Maya said. All right, she said this. She said, "It was such a pleasure to jump out and support my beautiful, talented sisters, Brandy and Monica, on the Boys Mind tour last night and fill in for the incredibly talented Money Long, who we send our prayers and best wishes for a speedy recovery. With less than 5 hours notice, no sound check, no rehearsal, no crew, I immediately flew in and freestyled a one-woman set and truly appreciate the love received despite my technical issues and imperfections. I love you, Chicago. I had such a great time with you and sharing the stage with my sisters, Brandy and Monica and Coco Jones. I will be in Kansas City tonight at T-Mobile Center with my gifts, my girls, and I can't wait to see your faces. Pull up. Okay, thanks to the BPC and my team. So she said, look, she only had like 5 hours to really get this together, and she did her thing. Again, let's see one more time. So at the concert, I mean, them adding her to the tour just makes sense. Again, women during the 90s, early 2000s, holding it down. And look, Maya actually was near me last year or two, and I didn't know. I could have seen her, but I didn't know she was in that area. So I'm like, okay, I'll see her another time. But yes, I've always loved a lot of her music. I love, look, her with Silk the Shaka. I'm moving on. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. But I gotta be a woman. I gotta get over you. I'm moving on, moving on. Look, I can't do it like her. I love Best of Me. I love the remix with Jay-Z, but I love the original. He has his little game that he plays, clever little ways in a hot boy style, brags about the dough that he makes. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Y'all know I get into my singing, but I love that. I love my first night with you. Take Me There with Blackstreet for the Rugrats soundtrack. I love Ghetto Superstar. That is what you are. Y'all know that. And Beanie Man. Come on now, girls, them sugar. So yeah, I am a Maya fan, and I definitely want to see her. And I wouldn't mind, again, Kelly Rowland is on the tour, as well as Money Long. So yeah, if you can still see these women in concert, check out Ticketmaster and see if you can go. All right, so look, Golden Lady says, yes, she deserves more respect on her name. I just cannot stand when I see people. It's not just Maya. I've seen this. Someone got mad at me because I had a video, because some people who are Gen Z, who are discovering Janet Jackson's music, actually had the audacity to say, oh, I wish she was more appreciated. I'm like, look, if you weren't there to witness Janet Jackson and Aaliyah and Maya and Toni Braxton's greatness, just please stop. They were big, huge stars. They still are. They're still household names. You know who they are. Janet Jackson, like, up there. When I think of like the queen of pop type of stuff, it's Madonna and Janet Jackson, like at the top. So it's like, please stop. Okay, just because you're discovering their music, or oh, they don't have as they're not as huge as Beyonce, so that means that doesn't make them irrelevant or not stars. They're stars to us, especially in the Black community. Okay, so I'm not trying to hear that bull crap at all. She has had a very successful career, which is why she's still able to tour and sell out shows, because she was successful. Okay, Beyonce started doing pop music and stuff. These women are true R&B. The R&B you hear today ain't the real shit that we grew up listening to. This is changed. It's not as good. Hence why everybody keeps sampling stuff from the 90s over and over and all of that, because it was the golden era of R&B music type of thing. So, okay, let's move on to the next topic.
It ain't over Tell your neighbor it ain't over. I have some news that I'm going to give toward the end of this service. That when the devil went crazy, folks started calling up from other states saying, I got to give on this. Well, maybe I'll tell you now, since y'all happy enough, that since it broke out Monday, we have received, one person called and he said, tell my name. He said, because I know God is in this. Tyler Perry said $100,000. Pastor Bishop.
I don't know why she doing all that stumping and why they getting happy. I'm like, am I getting some of this 100,000? But I'm gonna tell you why I feel this way. This is the pastor who disrespected that woman because she only gave $1,200 and he wanted $2,000. And he said, that ain't what I told you to do. And he said that in front of everybody, embarrassing her, and people were pissed. And she said he didn't embarrass me because he said, get in the line. If you have $2,000, come up here. And she didn't follow directions, but it was how he said it to her. A lot of people wasn't feeling it at all, his attitude towards her about not getting the full $2,000 in front of them people. And she was with her son, and people said, just be grateful for what she gave. But it was like, oh no, she didn't follow directions. You know, I said 2,000, she knew what it was, and she came up here with less than 2,000 and all this other stuff. And so when he just said, look, it was the devil. All these people outraged with me. These were the devil. And he said, I had people calling in. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there were a lot of people from around the country calling in, telling him off. He ain't gonna tell you that part, that he got calls from around the country of people cussing him out for how he did that woman. So now he's saying, look, Tyler Perry has sent him 100,000. I don't know what this money was for, if it was some church thing they had going on and he needed money. But I'm just wondering though. Hold on.
It ain't over. Tell your neighbor it ain't over. I have some news that I'm going to give toward the end of this service. That when the devil went crazy, folks started calling up from other states saying, I got to give on this. Well, maybe I'll tell you now, since y'all happy enough, that since it broke out Monday, we have received, one person called and he said, tell my name. He said, because I know God is in this. Tyler Perry said $100,000. Pastor Bishop Patrick Wilton, he said, I'm sowing and I have +1. So he and his son-in-law sent $2,000. We have received, I'll get all that over. But why don't you give God praise, folks? What the devil meant for evil, God turn it around.
Now I have to say, Tyler Perry is a very, very giving man. I respect that a lot about him. I don't know if those allegations, them sexual allegations, are true about him, but what I do know is that he does have a very giving heart. He helps a lot of elderly people. He helps a lot of black people. And I'm not against the church. Again, if they have some sort of project they need money for, that's a great thing. I don't like how he talked to that woman. And a lot of people didn't like it. He's saying, oh, y'all was the devil coming after me like that. I mean, you were on camera with it. He was rude to her. Softer side of Cece says he didn't even say thank you. He's rude. And right now, people are suffering and can't eat Baby, I'm talking about it tomorrow, about the woman in the church, how so many churches aren't even given to people. I want to see what he does. I wonder if he's going to give to his congregation, the people that go to his church. Does he have a food pantry? What's going on? I know Tyler Perry just donated about $1 million just to, I think, an organization to help with the food crisis or something, but we shall see. We shall see what happens. But Tyler Perry has donated 100,000. Okay, so speaking of the food stamp crisis, look, everyone was thinking, okay, they said, okay, we're going to release the funds. We're going to give people half of their money, their food stamps. And then they said no. And a judge has ordered Donald Trump, no, go into that fund and get that money out and give people their food stamps for this month, Thanksgiving coming, and they have kids and everything. And people are saying there is no money. People are saying, no, they have spent the money, and that's why they can't give the money, because they took the money. I don't know for sure, but a judge said, no, release that damn money. And they said, no. So, no, people are still not getting their food stamps. And Donald Trump is saying this is the Democrats' fault. You know, they're refusing to do something and it's their fault. But he's the president, and the judge told him, no, give these people their food stamps. So now the Supreme Court has agreed with Donald Trump to block the food stamps. You can't get the food stamps. No one knows when it's going to happen, and people almost jumped on Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson because she was the one who granted the Trump administration an emergency appeal to block getting the food stamps. So, but I read something online where they said it's not because she's trying to starve people, it's because something within government to make the process speed up faster. Like, it's not what you think it is. We can get into that in a different video, but you know, they were trying to come at her a little bit. It says that, it says the Trump administration scored a temporary win at the Supreme Court Friday. You know, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson agreed to lift a deadline for the federal government to fully fund SNAP payments that many Americans rely on. It says that she requested the relief from a lower court order that would have required officials to tap into a separate nutrition account at the USDA to deliver the usual SNAP payments. All right, let's see. Her ruling came after the First Circuit Court of Appeals declined to grant the administration an immediate reprieve from the district court judge order. Make this a little bigger. However, all right, a Biden appointee, Jackson, noted that the appeals court, and I don't even have to read all this. Basically, they ain't getting it. So, all right, let's see something. I want to show you something crazy real quick.
I just wanted to come real fast just to make this video, just to make something very, very clear to the white man. Black Americans do not care about your government shutdown, and
Okay, y'all. This woman right here, thank you, Lavender Rose. This woman is a nut job. I've seen her on TikTok. She's I think she's a very religious, crazy woman. She's also very prejudiced. She's a very racist person. She's very nasty, and she's not mentally stable. She says that black people were going to eat white people. She says if we don't get these food stamps, we're going to eat white people. Maybe you will try to eat white people and become a cannibal. Okay, she says that we will start eating white people if EBT is taken away. We will make it happen if we have to. Now, this is her anyway. She hates white people. I've seen her other videos. So she's telling them if we don't get these food stamps, we're going to cannibalize you. Okay.
I just wanted to come real fast just to make this video, just to make something very, very clear to the white man. Black Americans do not care about your government shutdown, and Black Americans do not care about you taking away our EBT and our government assistance, because Black Americans never depended on the American government to...
That's a damn lie, but go ahead. You literally feed your kids with food stamps from the American government, those who need it. What are you talking about? And
Take care of us and feed us because we never could.
that's a damn lie. I actually, hold on, I'm gonna play this. Look, I don't say these things to piss black people off. I'm pretty aware that I'm an auntie ruckus and a coon and a sellout to some of y'all when I say the honest truth and the painful truth that some don't like to hear. The black woman especially, get out of your effing delusion. Because when shit really hits the fan, you are going to starve. Your kids are going to starve. You don't have protection. White people farmers are the ones who supply the meat at supermarkets, not black farmers on average. There are some black farmers, and they sued the government and won. You have a sprinkle, but you don't have them in every state. There are so many black people who live in food deserts, don't know how to farm. Even if you did, okay, you planted some fruits and vegetables, but you don't have cows, you don't have sheep and goats and all that other stuff and chickens on average. Okay, we're talking about on average. The collective of us without white farmers giving supermarkets the cows, the meat, knowing how to butcher them up to give us ribeyes and New York steaks and all the stew meat and all that other stuff. I wake up on that. I cannot stand the delusion because you hate white people so much that you want to lie to yourself to feel better. If white people cut us off around the whole country, we would be dead. We would starve to death. Have we not seen towns that's predominantly black having sewer issues because, oh, the men don't know how to make a sewer system work properly and the doo-doo is flowing in the street and up in people's kitchens? It would be great to get to a point to be independent if that's what you want. We're not there yet at all. At all. And I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened and that mess we saw. I don't even, y'all remember. And there were some white people who had their weapons and wouldn't let some black people in. The men were raping the kids and the women, some of them in the dome. When the helicopters came to rescue black people, the black men pushed black women out the damn way to get on those planes in front of black women. You ain't ready for no real shit. You ain't ready for it because I'm sorry to say, Jamar, y'all don't remember Hurricane Katrina? I remember, look, ain't no way you don't remember Hurricane Katrina now. Hurricane Katrina, I'm going to play this video. I'm sorry, I got to say it. Hurricane Katrina was the last straw for me to know what's going to go down if an apocalyptic event or white people cut black people off and we have to fend for ourselves. The black woman is screwed on average because you don't have any protection. When Hurricane Katrina happened, we remember it was the worst thing. One of the worst things was besides 9/11 that I had saw. We remember the bodies floating everywhere. We remember black men and women, but especially black men looting the stores, carrying big old flat screen TVs, busting them out, taking them out the store. I'm like, hold on. It's flood water everywhere. The TVs don't even work no more. But yet y'all are starving. You're walking around with water up to your damn waist and higher full of shit. And all you care about is busting in stores to take flat screen TVs that don't even work anymore because it's flooded with water. Now, some of them was getting food as they should because the government, George Bush, was not sending any food, but it was chaos. People were scattered everywhere. The levees broke. All of New Orleans was underwater. So they went into the Superdome, the black men and women. No order. The men had no leadership, no order. The toilets were overflowing with doo-doo and pee. Women on their menstrual cycles with no pads or tampons. No electricity, no food. Bush would not throw food down with the planes. And there were reports of little black girls being raped in the Superdome by black men, which I'm sure because you don't know who's up in there, and there was no law and order. Chaos, filth. And that's why when the celebrities did that thing they do on TV singing to get money to help people, Kanye West said George Bush hates black people. Y'all remember that because he took his time to send the troops in, to send food and the helicopters to pick up the people. And when the helicopters came for the rescue, black men did not let black women get on those damn rescue planes at first. They pushed them and ran to them so they could get on. And that black police officer, because Pastor Manning talked about it, he said, you got a lot of black men who ain't shit. They cowards. The way they pushed them black women out the way to get on those damn rescue planes ahead of us. So Hurricane Katrina showed me exactly how when shit hit the fan, as they say, what's going to happen. The way you see the chaos in the hood and how black men don't even know how to properly shoot weapons. They always hitting somebody innocent, going through the wall, getting babies and stuff. It's going to be chaos. Y'all not ready for it, especially no black woman. Because first of all, women are in danger, period. But any man of any race is going to grape you if this goes down a huge disaster. And we don't produce anything. We don't have supermarkets all over the place. We don't supply the meat on average. You have a sprinkle of them, not the dominant majority. And when I hear black people pretending like you just do it all on your own, I'm like, if that's the case, why don't you? We don't see, don't bring up Tulsa and Rosewood and stuff. That's over 100 years ago. We're talking about now. Okay, Atlanta, some parts of DC and Maryland. But overall, like a huge functioning town, the meat is being supplied, butchered properly, all this other stuff. Like, girl, please. The fact that so many black women have to depend on Section 8 and food stamps just for their kids because the black man ain't taking care of them. He ain't married you. He ain't working 2 jobs. Whose program do you think that is that's taking care of you? So that kind of talk just pisses me off. It's the delusion for me and the denial. Like, it's the denial that pisses me off. And this is why I don't think we can get to where we need to be until you can face the denial and get out of this delusion and take the L. You have to be able to self-reflect, and a leader has to be able to look at the mistakes and tell the damn truth and then come up with a strategy to fix it. But all this damn denial, I don't need white people. They don't do nothing for me. Whose hospitals do you go to? Who supplies the medicine, the machines? Are you serious now? Just stop it. I hate hearing this bull crap. The denial for me. But let's see. I'm sorry on my rant real quick. Let's see.
Black Americans do not care about you taking away our EBT and our government assistance because Black Americans never depended on the American government to take care of us and feed us because we never could. We were never able to depend on the government in spite of what you may say and what you may try to force us to believe. So you can sit back and you can mock, you can laugh, and you can think that you're about to starve us to death. But I'm here to let you know that we are going to eat regardless, even if we have to hunt you animals down and roast and eat you. The delectable crackers and cheese. We will make it happen if we have to. Trust and believe me. And if it takes this government shutdown for Black people to finally come from under the government and understand that we don't need to be paying our taxes into this government, what we really need to be doing is taking care of one another, buying land and growing our own food and building our own nation. If this government shutdown and starvation is what it's going to take, then let the party begin. It's Black power, baby, and we rise. Here to let you know that we are going to eat regardless, even if we have to hunt you animals down and roast and eat you. The delectable crackers workers.
Oh, Lord. Girl. Okay, first of all, look, I like her energy about, look, we gonna survive, and we can work together and feed ourselves. That's really great, but baby, I'm not eating nobody. I'm not turning into a cannibal. Okay, I'm not hunting nobody down and eating them. Okay? So, I mean, look, it's not hard to farm. So I support farming and all that other stuff. But when it comes to the meat, a cow is not cheap. How many cows you gonna get? How many chickens you gonna have? Got to get that together and know how to properly. You know what though? If I had a farm though, I can't murk my cow, my chicken. Somebody else got to do it. I can't look at them beautiful babies and eat them like that. Somebody else got to do it. I just can't. But that's what she said. She said, "Look, you ain't starving us. If we have to hunt y'all and eat y'all, I mean, if that's what she would do, I'm not turning cannibal." You know, and I've seen that in movies. That's when it's the point of no return, when you start turning into a cannibal. So speaking of EBT, I had to show y'all this because, look, I got to say something. All right, this news anchor, Rob Schmidt, says that people getting food stamps are exploiting the system. He says they're selling their benefits to get their nails done and to get their weaves and hair done. Baby, hold on. You know, first of all, the only reason he's saying this is because black people have been going online saying these things. That's how he even knows what a weave is and all that other stuff. And you know who he's talking about. You know exactly who he is talking about. Okay? So, hold on.
You have Republic. I mean, this is a program that has exploded over the last 20 years, and we are just dumping $100 billion a year into a program that we all know is being so woefully corrupted and exploited. And people are selling their benefits. People are using them to get their nails done, to get their weaves and their hair. I mean, this is a really ugly program. It's weird to me to hear Josh Hawley screaming that we have to protect this and that we're not talking about why is it so ridiculously expensive and exploited, and what can we do to make it better?
I just provided my colleagues another one of my charts yesterday that showed from the inception in the 70s until President Obama, we would fluctuate somewhere between 6 and 10% of Americans on food stamps, right? Then Obama came in, dramatically increased eligibility. Now it's between 10 and 15%. Right now you have 42 million Americans, 12.3% of our population on food stamps. That is not a metric of success.
You have Republic. I mean, this is a program that is.
You know what I have to say? I'm trying to calm down. They don't even know how much a decent hair weave costs. The average person is only getting about $170 in food stamps. A lace front good wigs and all that is damn near $300. A good sew-in weave, I mean, back in the day, you could get it done for $80. Today, they might want $100, $130, $150 for a good weave. Who the hell is giving up all their food stamps just for that? They only know and hear about people selling their stamps because of black people going on TikTok talking about that. Or do some people do that? Yeah, they do. But does majority do that? No. Especially when you have kids. A lot of people are only getting like $30 in food stamps. What you can just buy one pack of ribeye steaks and a bag of potatoes. People are not balling out of control on food stamps, especially when they don't have multiple children. So they're trying to single out black women now. I don't care how many ghetto black women you see on TikTok bragging about selling their stamps. And you know what makes me sick? What makes me sick is, because I've seen a couple of people now making these accusations coming for black women on food stamps. Even black women saying, how you got food stamps? But yet you have you're struggling, but yet you have your lashes on and you got your nails done and you have your hair done. Have you ever heard of having a boyfriend? You don't know that women have men they're sleeping with who pay for them to get their hair done? You never heard of that? You never heard of going to Dollar Tree and buying fake lashes for $1.25, a very good brand? You never heard of press-on nails that cost like $8 at Dollar General? You never heard of going to a thrift store and putting together a really cute outfit for $20? You think that because a woman looks together that she's doing something wrong? Because, oh, but you have food stamps, why do you look good? You can buy an eyebrow razor for your eyebrows for $1 at the beauty supply and shape up your eyebrows, an eyebrow pencil for $1. And last time I checked, just because women are on food stamps doesn't mean they don't have boyfriends who don't take them to get their hair done or get their nails done. So you really should be quiet and stop thinking, oh, well, if you could get your nails to look pretty, why do you need food stamps? You mean $5 press-on nails? Or their man getting their nails done? That's not her husband. That's her man or a man she's sleeping with. I mean, damn. So he's going in talking about, oh, they're getting their hair weaves and stuff. Baby, you only heard that shit off TikTok, please. You don't know how much a hair weave even cost. Okay, we have the woman who played Ronnie from the Players Club. She has an opinion about food stamps being cut off, and what she's wearing is interesting, but I want to hear what she has to say.
Oh my goodness. Also, I've been seeing online about the SNAP benefits, and that is so crazy. Like, it's just so unfortunate because there are families out there that really do need it. But it's also crazy because it seems like, well, just in my experience, the family and the people that really do need it are the people that had the hardest time getting it. So I told y'all I have a special needs sister, and I remember, we had a friend, and it was a single lady, and she was like, yeah, y'all need to apply for this and that. Y'all need to be getting these benefits. And so my mom was like, I just don't feel like dealing with all of that. Yeah, we could definitely use it, but I mean, I'm okay over here, this and that. But finally she was like, okay, let me try to get a little bit of help over here, because they had cut back some stuff on her check. So we went through all the paperwork and applied, and they gave her $10. Meanwhile, the single lady who was telling us about it was getting $400 a month. Yeah. Then my mom has an elderly friend who can barely afford to pay her rent. It's just not enough. She's over there, and one day we were talking, and she was like, yeah, I'm eating beans and macaroni. And I was thinking, oh, maybe that's because that's what she likes. That's what she wants to eat. Beans and macaroni. She was like, no, because that's what I have. And I felt so bad. And I was like, you can't get benefits. She was like, I have been on the waiting list and this and that. And just, they make it so hard for people, it seems, that really need it. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. But I do remember my grandmother used to say, she said, the same man that you allow to feed you is the same man that you can allow to starve you. So I hope that we will band together as a community and help out, because that's what I have tried to do in those instances when I learned that people, didn't have it, that were in my community and friends of mine. I would be like, okay, let me try to see what I could do. But it's messed up. And we're not supposed to spend our money on this Thanksgiving and all this stuff, because now I'm not doing it. I'm going to spend, because really for me, it's about spending time with family. It's never been, ooh, Jesus, see how that went there? That gave up too. That's not my benefit.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of people keep focusing on Thanksgiving. I'm like, that's just one day. You need to have food before Thanksgiving and after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I mean, people celebrate it every year. It's not that serious. Even before this whole thing, I was like telling someone, people always it's like a routine. Like, okay, Thanksgiving is coming. We got to have a turkey. It's like, no, I'm just want to eat what I want to eat. Thanksgiving, like, no, I want a sweet potato pie. Got to have that. Yes, I do like to have my collard greens, but I don't have to have a turkey and stuff. I could just have lasagna. I could, if you want to save money, just make a little macaroni and cheese, baked macaroni and cheese, some collard greens. You can have turkey wings. If you like pork chops, make some smothered pork chops, mac and cheese, and collard greens, and a sweet potato pie. That doesn't cost much. Or I don't feel you have to have the turkey and the people who like the cranberry and the, I mean, yeah, I love my collard greens, but Jasmine Rose says, the same man who will feed you is the same man who can starve you. Beautifully said, yes. So people, it's not going to be the end of the world if you don't have a perfect Thanksgiving. Because you need to be thinking about, okay, after Thanksgiving, will we have food left to eat? And before that, and if these food stamps don't come on for December, what are y'all going to do? So yes, the food pantries have been overrun. They have been, but a lot of people actually are stepping up. I've seen so many people donating food, free food, donating to their neighbors, having a food pantry in their apartment complex or outside of their home, and other people from the neighborhood actually donating too. And it's really beautiful to see. I'm also disgusted seeing government workers not being paid. Do you know how much of a slap in the face it is to work for the government just to see that your government won't even pay you? And you have to go to food pantries. You work for the government, and your government, I'm sorry, I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it looks, because it's like the country is saying you don't matter, you don't mean anything. And a lot of people have said that, though. You just clock into work, you're just a number to a lot of people. And it's like, damn, you work for the government and the government is screwing you over. They don't give a damn about you. Like, how disgusting is that? I feel like, okay, if the government isn't shut down anymore, you need to pay government workers what you didn't pay them plus their paycheck. Because it's just, I would feel like quitting. I would feel like, hold on, I'm working for the government and this is how you doing me? Hell no. My thing is, some people can't leave, but if they could, I'm sure they would. Like, I want to say certain things like, what the oh, what? I'm working for the government. I'm keeping the country together. And you ain't paying me? And you have money? Hell no. It just shows you your position for real, and what they really think about you. And it's just not the government. It's everywhere. Any job you go to, they will fire you. And you're just a number. You have nurses who have dedicated over 30 years. And one slip up on a job, and they fire them. One lie on them on the job, they fire them. Or trying to make you do other people's work, and you're like, I'm not getting paid to do her job. That ain't my job. They fire them. It's just so much. It's just so much. So I'm going to show one more thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I got some family, that's been there, done that, and doing that, and it's assistance. And I'm all for assistance to help anybody get on their feet. You can't make a career out of it, I get that. However, to be able to have the rug snatched from up under you without allowing you to have time to get yourself together, and especially around this time, this is the holiday times. This is Thanksgiving. This is Christmas. This is family time. This is food time. This is time when you do spend money because you need to eat. You need to celebrate. You need to be thankful, and you're gathering around with your family, and the best way to do that is around the dinner table. That's what family is about. So when you're taking away the snap, it's like taking away the chicken leg out of the hand of who was going to feed you, or you feeding yourself, because there's no chicken leg there or a turkey leg. It's a disgrace. So we have to be able to bond together so no one is left behind and starving out there, because
America is showing exactly how they feel about us. I mean, I've talked about it for years. The thing is that this is going to force our people to take care of ourselves. The thing is,
and I see what he's saying, but a lot of people of all races are starving and don't have any money. It's not just black people on food stamps. In fact, I'm going to show you something.
The thing that I ask is once we realize who we truly are, I don't think we should ever go back.
It's just more of the same cruelty from this administration. 5 to 10 billionaires have become disgustingly richer, and they were already in a place where they'll never be able to spend the money that they have. And the fact that a lot of the people that are on SNAP are getting $20, $40, $50, $100 a month, they're not getting rich off of SNAP. And the way that the media and this administration is trying to frame it as a ghetto black woman single mama type thing is insane, because all I'm seeing online is long lines of white people that are in need just as much. And I think we got to get away from that bullshit. You know, they want to make us be the face of welfare, the face of crime, and it's just the numbers ain't numbering for that truth.
I just think about the positive in it, and the positive for me is that we're going to get through it.
I think it's fucked up. Like, I have a lot of family members and friends who depend on that to, like, really provide for their family. And I think, like, I saw Michael Che post about how, like, people have this, like, thought or process about it's just these, you know, black people in the hood who are taking advantage of the government. I mean, listen, that I know a lot of people who actually live and depend on their food stamp benefits because they're working but they need the help. But if I'm being honest, even if they were taking advantage of government, the government has been taking advantage of us for forever. So I'm not mad at a damn thing, period. But it's fucked up because there's so many people who just won't be able to simply eat. Like, think about that, right? Like, think about, if you have children. There was a woman who called into the Breakfast Club, and she said she has 4 children. She's recently divorced. And this woman said, I've been working multiple jobs just to keep up because, the divorce has changed things. I'm going to have to tell my kids I can't have holidays. Can you?
On that, so you know what I'm saying, I feel like it's gonna come back. I don't like to stress over certain things I can't control, so I know it's all gonna work out.
My take is there's a misconception that's all black people, because it's not. That's my take on it. And I feel like at the end of the day, our communities, before they gave us these things, our communities stuck together. I grew up, if I didn't have bread, I could go to my neighbor and get bread. And then when we go to the store, we bring back 2 loaves of bread to my neighbor. I grew up in a place called New Orleans, Louisiana, where we still to this day take care of each other.
And you know what? I do think that you might see more black people helping black people, because Lord knows we don't always do that. The churches might step up. And you know why some people think it's a black thing? Because you don't see other races talking about being on it all over TikTok. They're not bragging about it and screaming and yelling about my food stand. You don't see them like that. You see a sprinkle of them. But most of the videos of people coming out like, you better not take my stance, I'm a rob, this and that, they're black. You don't see other races of people are on them. They just don't publicize it like black people do. My thing is, you don't have to be ashamed about it. My thing is that the videos where you see people acting a fool, they're usually black about, the food stamps.
I think it's horrible that the government is putting people in that situation, but I think we should take to mind that we should rely on each other as a community. We should rely on, it should be a church that these people should go to. It should be somewhere, schools, somewhere people should go to, or neighbors. If we have more, we share. So I hate that this is happening, but I hope the message that people are getting is that community is all we got.
I think it's unfortunate, because a lot of people eat off that and live off that. So I think it's very, very unfortunate that that's happening. And trust me, if I could help everybody in the world, I would, but I really do think it's unfortunate.
Okay, so again, it is ridiculous when people are trying to paint a picture that is only black people on food stamps. Now it says that white people make up the largest racial group of people on food stamps, although black Americans have a higher participation rate relative to their share of the U.S. According to the USDA, it says white people are 35% of SNAP recipients, black people are 26%, Hispanic are 16%, and Asian is 4%. So, okay, at the end of the day, all races at large are on them, but Asians are not as much, okay? So I want to show you something that is absolutely despicable. People are trying to do good things, and I had said in a video coming up that this is not a Christian nation. I think I said that on my live the other day. It's really not, because this guy is 90 years old. He's in Florida, and he was arrested for a second time because he was feeding the homeless. They arrested a 90-year-old man who opened his heart and is feeding homeless people. And they arrested him. Now, I have heard people say, well, you can't feed the homeless restaurants because if they get sick and pass away, then the restaurant will be held accountable because they gave them bad food. But you don't, I mean, look, they eat from the trash cans and could pass away. Give them the food. You don't know what could happen, but at least they're not starving. So they arrested him, a 90-year-old. It says that he's fed the hungry at a beach on Wednesdays for 8 years, and he refuses to comply. He plans to set up his feeding station at the beach and could confront his third citation in 2 weeks. He can face up to 60 days in jail or a $500 fine. How is this a Christian nation? Love your neighbor. Jesus is king. I'm Christian, meaning I follow the ways of Christ, and Christ was about feeding and saving and helping people. Now you have a 90-year-old who is living by those principles and trying to help people, and they're throwing him in jail and arresting him for the second time for feeding people in need. So if you think you're in a Christian country, you're not, despite the things that you hear. And a video coming up very soon is definitely going to, well, prove that, okay? So I also want to say rest in peace. When I saw this, I was in absolute shock. Rest in peace to Floyd Roger Myers Jr., 42 years old, child actor. There will be people who don't remember him, but when I saw his picture when he was little, I'm like, there's no how. Baby, y'all gonna get mad at me for saying this, but if you are a Black American and you ain't never seen this damn film, something wrong. Something is wrong if you ain't never seen this. They have tried to make about 2 or 3 other Michael Jackson films, I think maybe 2. None of them compare or can compete with this. This is one of the greatest films, biographies, film movies ever made in history. Period. This used to come on VH1 almost every year for a while, but now VH1, I don't even think VH1 played. I don't know what's going on with VH1. If you ain't never seen this, you better see this, because this was done. This is a masterpiece. And I have heard that they are working on the new Michael Jackson film that's coming out. It looks like it's going to be really, really good and a huge, huge hit. I had said, look, if that film, if it's not on the level or greater than this, it's a failure, because this is goodish. This is a movie. They did the Jacksons so good, so proud. It was, I mean, it has Angela Bassett, Vanessa Williams. Come on. Oh my God. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. The guy from Empire. I don't know why I can't even think of his name. He's a big star. Stars on this, and it will make you cry. It really touches you and shows the story of the Jackson 5 and Michael's story. I mean, it's just a perfect film. They don't make shit like this no more. And the one that's coming out, if it's not on this level or greater, please. So, okay. So he passed away. They said that he had, I believe, a heart attack. He's just 42 years old. He was in the film. He was Michael Jackson's little brother. Okay, one of his brothers, playing his brother. And such a good film. Okay, legendary. So it says that child actor Floyd Roger Myers Jr., who played young Will on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and young Marlon Jackson in the Jackson, An American Dream, has joined the ancestors. He passed away from a heart attack at the age of 42. As a kid, he lit up the screens with his charm and natural talent. As an adult, he poured into community, co-founding the Fellowship Men's Group focused on brotherhood and healing, and building his own business, Dr. Duck. Friends and family from his hometown of Prince George County, Maryland, keep sharing the story that his smile, his energy, the way he made people feel and seen was so good, and that he will be missed and remembered. Okay, so, and he also has children. So rest in peace to him. Again, this just shocked me because I always watch that film all the time on VH1. It is a classic Black American film. Period. It's think of the Five Heartbeats. You know, Five Heartbeats is a masterpiece and a legendary Black American film. This is like on that level. So, and again, if you've never seen it, I'm gonna need you to buy it on DVD or see if you can find it, because you must see this. I mean, it's going to. If you don't know who Michael Jackson was, or you wanted to know, and you watch this, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God!" Like, my God. And you also see his brothers and how they were treated and what they went through to get to. The Jackson family is American royalty. Yes, the Jackson family, in my opinion, is American royalty. They're Black American royalty. They are the dream. And I know Joe Jackson was terrible to his kids. There's a lot that goes on with that family. And he wasn't known to be the nicest man. Michael talked about how they had to call him Joseph. They couldn't call him Daddy. And he's the original stage daddy, you know. But they came from nothing, from Indiana, nothing. And their mother, Angela Bassett, should have won an Oscar for her performance in this. And their dream, and it was Joe's dream too, but yeah, he pushed them. But I'm going to say something I'm not supposed to say. I don't agree with how Joseph treated his children, but he made the Jackson Five. They wouldn't be who they were without him. His constant practicing, teaching them how to play instruments, constant rehearsals, talent shows, doing what he did to get them to where they needed to be, to get the hell out of poverty. And I'm not saying that I think his parenting style was good. And people talk about Joseph, but there would be no Michael Jackson without him. He literally is why they became what they became, because of his dream, because it was his dream too. And again, I don't think his methods were always great, and I think he could have been nicer to his children. And I even think some things went on that we don't even hear about, things that LaToya said happened, and then she backtracked and said it didn't. I don't know. But what I do know is that they are Black American royalty. Period. And the fact that Janet, all of them, I mean, it's amazing. You know, it's amazing what they became in their careers, and what happened with Michael, and how Michael changed music forever. And I'm getting sick of people. Don't you ever compare Prince to Michael Jackson. And I know y'all love Prince out there. And yes, Prince could play instruments. And yes, I mean, he didn't have that many. I ain't trying to shit on Prince like that, because, you know, he is a Black American legend too. But damn, like, you can't, please stop trying to compare Prince to Michael Jackson. Two different levels. Michael Jackson changed music. Michael Jackson changed choreography. He changed how music videos look and how they were made. You didn't have music videos looking like damn movies and stuff. All-star productions with celebrities on them. Stories, choreography, the glove. I mean, are you serious? Yes, Prince and Michael was out. Michael was singing before Prince. Michael was a child star since he was effing like 5 or 6 or 7 in a mega group, and then went solo to conquer the world. grown men and women fainting within 2 minutes of his presence, selling out college stadiums before any celebrity was doing it, before social media, villages in Africa and the Middle East knowing who the hell he was. What you see today, thanks to social media and the internet, was unheard of during that time. The man is considered the most popular persons after Jesus on the planet to people. No one compares to Michael Jackson. No celebrity, they can't touch him. You can keep trying and wishing, you'll never see it again, what people witnessed. Ever. Because the industry is just, everything was just different. You will never see another Michael Jackson again in your lifetime. I don't give a damn how big some people are right now. In case I have to remind you, Beyonce and Justin Timberlake and them, before Michael passed away, they were giving him legendary icon awards. I saw it. Crying in awe of him. And countless celebrities looking up to him, wanting to be him. Personally, I think it was a hit put out on him by a group of celebrities who couldn't take it no more because he was just reigning supreme. He was the king. No one else could shine. They couldn't take it. They wanted him to go because no one else was popular like him. No one else was on that level. He's the king. And people like, damn it, we need our time. And they plotted against him, my opinion. Plus, he ended up owning half of Sony. And he said things about Tommy Mottola and other people in the industry mad as hell that he wasn't just a music slave. He actually was a businessman and owned half of the damn company and owned the Beatles catalog. A hell of a lot of money. No one did it like Michael. And y'all will never be able to destroy his legacy, the Black American legacy, the most biggest musician and greatest influencer in the world, Michael Jackson. I know y'all. Look, I'm getting chills because I'm just like, y'all not going to do this. Because I noticed people trying to erase Michael from history. Same like they try to erase Mariah Carey from history, baby. I see it. Y'all not going to do it. There have been people, we know those allegations that they said that wasn't proven, and some of them saying, oh, my daddy told me to lie and say it so we can get the money. I'll say this, I never will say nothing is possible, but it wasn't proven. So I'm not going to say that. And I have seen a lot of people who are Gen Z asking people, damn, I wish I was there to see it. Like, what was it like? All I can tell you is like, and look, Michael was out before me, before I was born, but I grew up seeing Michael. I remember when, remember the time. Hold on for a second. Hold on. I remember, baby, remember the time was on all over the TV. It was an event when that music video premiered. Time stopped. Everybody had to see it. It was all over the TV. We ain't never seen nothing like that. Thriller was playing, of course, when I was little. It was huge. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. I mean, damn, the Earth song, You Are Not Alone, Rock With You was before I was born, but I grew up seeing it because when MTV and BET played music videos, they always played Michael Jackson. When certain, my God, Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, like Michael was the king. So you always saw him during, he was big in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all until the time he passed away, you always saw Michael. Everybody knew and loved Michael. Gen Z and them didn't get to experience Michael. They don't really know. The man was bigger than Elvis, in my opinion. So ain't nobody, and so see, I'm gonna say it publicly, stop trying to compare Beyonce to him. She ain't Michael. She ain't on his level. Stop that bullshit. And she was inspired by him, by the way, and was giving him icon awards. Don't you ever. Yes, she's had longevity and she's been on top. Michael is the greatest that has ever lived. And no one compares to him. They can't do what he did. It can't be done again, to be honest with you. It was just different. So stop it. So I had to get that out. And Janet is the greatest too. Shit. Pleasure Principle. If your girl only knew. Not that was Aaliyah. But if I was your girl, all the things I do to you. Come on now. Her remix song, I Get Lonely with Blackstreet. Doesn't Really Matter. And so much more. Janet was everywhere. That's why I can't believe the way I see people. It's like just because you don't see Janet making music videos like that today, baby, she was dominating the 90s and stuff. Like it was all about Janet. People wanted to be her. J-Lo looked up to Janet. Like, stop it. This is a royal music entertainment family, the American dream, from nothing to the greatest group and greatest music artists and influences in the entire effing world. This is, and when people hear the Jackson, they're like, oh, those the Jacksons, their names. Please. Okay, so let's get more into it. Okay, so last thing I want to say is that Michael Jackson is still named Forbes' highest paid deceased celebrity of 2025, whose estate earned $105 million this year, bringing the total earnings to $3.5 billion since his passing in 2009. Michael is not on the earth no more, and he's still making money. $3.5 billion. That's how much people still love Michael. Okay, and you can stop trying to compare Chris Brown to him too, by the way. He's not on his level. Chris Brown wanted to be Michael. And Michael supported Chris Brown's career. But you're going to stop with that shit too. So, okay. All right, so Michael is still doing the damn thing, even though he's passed away. And I do think it was a hit against him. Okay, we have rapper and Mace, Pastor Mace. You know, I've never believed this man is a true pastor. I'm sorry. This is something, look, Loon left Puffy and turned to Islam. Craig Mack turned to a church in the South. Mace all of a sudden claimed to be a preacher, a pastor. I'm not buying it. I never did. I never believed it. I don't even see this man talking about church stuff. I ain't seen no videos of him in no church giving sermons and stuff. Like, no. I think something happened and he turned to religion. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. My spirit has never bought this Mace as a pastor thing. So he says that he actually asked his girlfriend once to buy her own ring if she wanted to get married. Baby, you would have been dumped with the quickness saying that to me. Buy your own ring if you're so serious about F you. Let's see what he said. I mean, he might be a changed man, but disgusting, man.
What's the craziest thing that you guys feel like you have asked from a potential partner?
What's the craziest thing I ever asked for?
Yeah, from a partner.
When I was first going to get, I thought about getting married. I asked her to buy the ring if she was serious. I thought that would let
You
me
asked her to buy the ring?
I'm different.
First of all, if you asked her to buy it, no.
Baby, you say that to me, I'm out. If a man tells you to go buy your own ring, he doesn't like you. He doesn't love you. And he doesn't want you. He's broke, and if he's not broke, he don't want you. There's ways men tell women, I don't want you, without them directly saying to your face, I don't want you. A man telling you, oh, you want to get married, you better go buy your own ring. He don't like you. He don't love you. I hope that she left him after he said that disgusting thing to her. Unfortunately, you have a number of men out here like this. Okay, so I definitely wanted to share this with you because this is heartbreaking. This recently happened, and I'm hoping that her family sues. I hope that they sue. This mother of four was shot in front of her husband. She knocked on the wrong door. She was going to clean a house, She was 32 years old, and it says no arrest has actually been made and the investigation continues. In Indiana, there's a stand your ground law. We have heard about that before. My thing is, it says that homeowners get to use force to defend themselves and their property. So a little woman accidentally tries to come in your house and you gun her down. Are you serious? You gun her down, a woman. She just made a mistake. And instead of asking or waiting to see, you gun her down? Not only that, it takes time to go run and go get your weapon. This is crazy. Her husband says she didn't even put the key in. And I heard the shot happen. I saw my wife and I stepped back and the keys dropped. She dropped and I went to catch her. I was trying to console her and tell her everything was going to be okay, but I was just seeing nothing but blood coming out. Disgusting. Disgusting. Hold on, that's about the food stamps. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I didn't have that article. But basically, that's what happened. She was going to clean a home, knocked or went to open up the door to the wrong house. And whoever owns the house managed to go and get the gun. And she didn't even get in the house. And he gunned her down. I believe it was a man. I believe that, look, leave a heart if you think this person should be charged with murder. I feel like if do you have cameras? You couldn't see that this was a woman. Even if it's a man, are you scared? She's a little woman. Come on. Are you that scared? Oh, let me go get the gun. She didn't even get in the house and you gun her down? No, you were waiting to use that damn weapon, in my opinion, because there's a law that says you get to take the life of somebody if you feel you're in danger and you need to protect your home. And you need to protect your home. I'm disgusted. Now 4 kids don't have their mother, and the husband had to see her. He was just dropping her off to go and do her job, and you see her drop down like that just because an accident. Hey, Nearly, thank you. Good night. Good night. It's just ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. I want him to sue. I want him to sue, and maybe they can make some changes to this law because it's absolutely ridiculous to me. What a coward to do that to her. And speaking of that, I had to show you this too, because here's another thing of a woman. Look what happened to her. Knocking on the wrong door.
Calling some breaking news right now. Has just found a man guilty in the murder of a Westchester County Department of Social Services. Jury this afternoon convicted 32-year-old Hasim Jenkins on charges including second-degree murder, manslaughter, and in the death of Maria Cotto last year. Prosecutors say Jenkins viciously beat the 56-year-old after she knocked on the wrong apartment door while making a field. Jenkins will be sent to Westchester County Department of Social Services worker. The jury this afternoon convicted 32-year-old Hasim Jenkins on charges including second-degree murder, manslaughter, and robbery in the death of Maria Cotto last year. Prosecutors say Jenkins viciously beat the 56-year-old after she knocked on the wrong apartment door while making. Calling some breaking news right now, and a jury.
And I will continue to be a supporter of the D penalty. I'm not playing this. He beat her like an animal. He beat her like an animal just because she knocked on the wrong damn door. Okay, hold on. Let me make this bigger. Hassan Jenkins. It says that she was 56 again. She was working as a senior social service caseworker. It says that she knocked on his door during a field visit and he attacked her, punching her in the face and chasing her into the neighbor's apartment, repeatedly kicking her in the head wearing heavy boots. He kicked her. She's 56, chased her into the neighbor's house and kicked her repeatedly in the head wearing heavy boots. And she died from the injuries. Do you see these mother effers we got on this earth, y'all? You see them? One woman gunned down just yesterday, knocking on the wrong door. Probably a man who did it. An innocent woman just trying to do her job made a simple mistake, but they have time to go get the gun and unalive her before she even gets in the house. A simple mistake. This woman, a caseworker, knocked on the wrong door, an accident. He gets up and chases her into the neighbor and kicks her in the head with boots on till she passes away. Do you see this crap? And y'all, people got the nerve to say the death penalty is wrong or that people can be rehabilitated. No, not everyone can be, and some people don't deserve to be. He took her out like an animal. And some people would say some things got to go and be put down like animals. It's just so horrible. I can't imagine the fear in which she went through having this man chase her in that apartment and just kicking her in the head like that. This is horrible and sickening. Sickening. I wanted to share that with you. You don't always hear these things. And it's crazy because so far, there have been a lot of women, I've seen this, accidentally knocking on the wrong stuff and people trying to take women out. So, okay. Let me show you something that I have mixed opinions on.
I see black people constantly going to Dubai, moving to UAE, despite being aware of their role in Sudan's genocide and vicious cycle of anti-blackness. I actually hate capitalism so much, we do anything for a lifestyle, no sense of solidarity. The suffering of Africans is so normalized. Sudan is experiencing a cataclysmic humanitarian crisis like nothing ever seen in recent history.
I have an opinion that's going to ruffle feathers. I'm going to try to watch my language. First of all, my heart goes out to the Sudan because I talked about Darfur years ago when everybody was talking about and still is talking about Israel and Palestine. I said none of y'all gave a damn about Darfur. And people said, well, we didn't hear about Darfur. Darfur was all over the news. It was on the news. You just don't care to read about it. And you know what else I'm going to say that's going to ruffle feathers because I said this and someone said I needed mental help. I'm going to say something. And I don't have this written down. It's just in my spirit. I'm tired of black people, especially men. Why do you keep trying to pin shit on white men and Arab men? Every time y'all decide to start killing up your men and your women and raping babies and women and grandmas and breaking their bones. Yeah, I talked about that because that's what I saw and heard about in Darfur. I even had a Sudanese woman call in my call-in show years ago and said that they actually use machetes on their women and that the neighbors tell you to mind your business. The war in Darfur, see, y'all keep making it about being black. First of all, half of them damn Sudanese people, they don't even consider themselves to be black. They say they are Arab, half of them, and that they're not black. So all this, every time something happened, black Americans, you want us to get involved. And first of all, I don't support, if I find out you have cultural practices that disgust me, I'm not riding to protect you and your culture. First of all, if you have that child marriage shit going on, which they do in Sudan, you have FGM in the Sudan where you cut off their clit, their coochie lips, and sew them up so tight they have to be cut open with a razor blade or a force with the man's penis on their wedding night and their children, and have their periods through a straw and they're having blood clots and stuff, just because you consider them to be dirty and unclean and all of that other stuff. You expect me to march for your culture and you do that type of shit? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. I don't give a damn that it's Africa. I want some cultures to be wiped the hell out across the globe that hurt children and women. First of all, no matter where you are. Now, I'm not saying I feel this way about every Sudanese person. I especially feel for the women and the little children, because some of the women are so sick that they actually go along with cutting up their vagina parts and stuff. I feel for the children, the little girls, because a lot of people hate little girls and women globally. And it's like, okay, so I'm supposed to not go to the UAE because they're having some shit going on and people in parts of Africa, part of Africa that don't even consider themselves to be black. And yes, I am aware that there are a number of people who are anti-black, including people in Africa. And yes, I am aware that people don't always see black Americans like other black people. You're not considered African, you're American. And no, I would not want to sit somewhere and see an African person being treated like absolute crap. And then they're like, oh, you're American. It's not the same. No, I don't want to see any of that. And I don't support any mistreatment. My thing is that Darfur, Sudan, civil wars have been going on. It's a genocide. Way worse than what you hear about with Israel and Palestine. This has been going on for over a decade. And y'all always, some of you are so focused on skin complexion and black this and black that. And I'm telling you, a lot of them Sudanese people don't think or believe they are black. This is a religious war, half of it. You have a lot of people who identify as being Arab in Africa. And some of them are in fact mixed with Arab in parts of Africa. And they converted to being Islamic hundreds of years ago. There are more Islamic people in parts of Africa than parts of the Middle East and stuff like that. Even though the Middle East is predominantly Islamic, a large bulk of Muslim Islamic people are in Africa. And yes, they have religious wars. Yes, they take the lives of people who are Christian. It doesn't matter that you have melanin like them, or I'm American, I'm your sister, you're Christian, and they will murk you coming up over in some of those regions. And you look good just like their women. You're American, you dress well, they think you got money, they're calling you white just because you speak English and you're mixed, or you dress like an American, and they're calling you white and graping you just like they grape their women. In the Sudan, you know what's pissing me off is that you think that because, some Arab people you think are funding it, sending them weapons and stuff, that I'm supposed to dislike them. And I'm not saying they're all doing it, but the part that y'all always skip over, no one is forcing you to grape babies, 2-year-olds, mothers in front of their children, grandmothers in front of their children and family. That's what they do. Why don't y'all ever address that shit? I don't give a fuck how many Arabs give them some money to fund a war. You ain't got a choice. You ain't got a brain of your own. Someone tells you, go in the village and go rape up the 4-year-olds. Okay. I'm going to get some money? Okay. And I'm supposed to just look at the Arabs, and I'm not supposed to look at you. You know, y'all love to go in about that Arab slave trade shit. But yet you leave out the part that the reason slavery was so effing successful all over Africa is because African men and a splash of African women was participating in that shit. Why don't you tell that part? Oh, slavery exists today. Why does it exist? Who's letting their people get enslaved? Who's selling them? Who's not fighting for them? I ain't never heard of no African army being formed to let's go rescue them from Arab slavery. We must protect them. You didn't protect the ancestors then, and your ass don't protect them now. Let's get to the real issue. You keep trying to pin this shit on Arabs and white men, but you never look at you. You never look at your part on who the fuck is letting everybody enslave them. Who keeps letting their women and children get sold and raped? Who's raping their own women and children? Who's hacking them up with machetes? You. But yet you want to fucking keep trying to paint this picture. The Arab man made me do it. He ain't make you do shit. You did it because you weak and you want to do it. The same shit in America. Every day you black men gun each other down and your punk weak ass keep trying to pin this shit on white men. Are you that fucking weak? You don't have a brain of your own. The white man told you to gun down a black man over stepping over your fucking shoe. The white man told you to keep fucking putting black girls into the sex trade industry, kidnapping them so other races of men could F them and grape them. It's their fault. Hold on for a second. Shit, y'all don't. And that's what people say when it comes to being weak and lack of accountability. It doesn't matter how many white or Arab people in power want to make y'all kill and grape your women. Why do you do it? And who did it? You're just as fucked up and evil as you claim they are. You want me to overlook those Sudanese men graping 2-year-olds because a fucking Arab that got oil money is trying to get some land and shit? Is he the one up over there graping the 2-year-old baby? Or is it you? You don't have enough strength to tell people no? You can't think and look, why do we keep getting enslaved? Leaders look and say there's a fucking problem here. Why are men letting other groups of men from other races repeatedly enslave them? That means there's a fucking flaw with your men. There's a weakness. And we know that Africa ain't never been united. You can't destroy shit that wasn't together in the first damn place. There ain't no time in history the whole continent of Africa been one. They're split up with all these different countries, all these different cultural practices. They ain't got no damn nuclear bomb like the fucking Europeans and Arabs got that shit. They can drop a bomb on their ass anytime they want to. They ain't got shit, and they the oldest group on the planet with the biggest continent. Your leaders are fucked up, and it's not because they're all corrupt. They're just slow, half of them, and they don't know how to build shit, and they can't work together and form a mega thing and make a dominant language so y'all all can understand each other, which should be English, to be honest with you, so y'all can communicate with everybody else around the world. That's the number one language. Y'all already been colonized and all that all over the damn place. But yeah, so now it's funny. A lot of y'all say you're not black, and I'm supposed to not travel because you have issues with another group of people. And yes, some of them do look down on people who are black. And one thing you don't want to say, y'all always talking about the Arab slave trade. Y'all was enslaving each other as well. That's how they learned it. And half of them Arabs, I'm going to take it there. Y'all got me hyped. Half of them Arabs are also mixed. They are mixed. They're mixed with black African and white and all this other shit. That's why some of them look like our cousins and look Dominican and shit with a headscarf on. And me saying that's going to piss some of them off too, but it's just the truth. From a long time ago, in half of the Africans enslaved during the Arabic slave trade, they not even West African. They were East Africans. And a large portion of the women they was kidnapping and having kids with. And the kids was also in the armies and stuff like that. You have a lot of places like Turkey that have an Afro population, the Moors and all that stuff, all this fucking and mixing going on. And they was practicing Islam and Arabic is the dominant language, just like in America, fucking and mixing, and English is the dominant language here. I talked about Tipu Tip, and once I showed the picture of his ass, his black ass, and y'all tried to say, some of y'all, he ain't black, he Arab. He was Afro-Arab. And if you look at the damn thing, he was Arab and black. He looked like your damn uncles, some of y'all, and had all them plantation and was graping African women all over Tanzania. Please. Y'all don't want to confront that some of them Arabs that's practiced slavery and shit look like your fucking uncles. They just happen to be a different culture than you and have a different language. But y'all want to pretend like this slavery shit was just invented from Arabs and Europeans. Y'all Africans was practicing that shit too. You went along with that shit. You sold the ancestors off and you still got that shit going on now. But because you came, well, you didn't win. You at the bottom. You participated. You fucked up the black race on a global scale behind this shit and yourselves. And now y'all all mad and blaming white people and Arab people for every fucking thing, as if you don't fucking rape your women every day and children and sell them off in the sex slave and into slavery. Yes, you do. So if you're going to call them out and, oh, they funding it. I don't give a damn who funding what. Who's doing it? Why do you grape your children and your women and your grandmas and murdering up your brothers and stuff over fucking religion? Weak ass. Get out my damn face. I don't like none of you. Let me calm down. I do like some people. I like good people. I don't care if they're black, Arab, white. I don't really care. I just like good people. But y'all are all evil across the globe to me. So many people. You got Indian people trying to blame the British for why they're colorist. You was fucking colorist before they fucking got there. Please. Who you think you fooling? All y'all. Y'all all had this shit going on. The white man just capitalized off of what was wrong with you and was strategic and came out on top. Believe me, y'all was fucking colorist over in India before he got there. I don't know who you think you can fool with that one. That's why it was so easy. Not only that, but they didn't even stay in India. They effing left India because Indians got tired of them. And yes, they mixed with white people. That's why the North Indians always arguing with the Southern ones, because the Southern ones are darker and the ones up north, half of them is half white. That's why some of them look kind of white, speaking the Indian dialect and stuff. They're mixed people. And that's a fact. You can look that up. Same thing like over here and everywhere else. And you know why colonization happens? Because the men don't protect the fort. And someone comes in with a smile and does better business than you, has more than you end up at the bottom. You get angry, jealous, and bitter. You want them out. Y'all start fighting. And then y'all got all this chaos going on. And then because the men probably was colorist any damn way, now you got more fucking people half white running around. And now it's all this chaos now. It's the white man's fault. We colorists. Y'all was always fucking colorists, please. And I'm talking about every fucking body, please, man. You ain't fool. Y'all can play with somebody else. That shit ain't come from no white people. Believe that shit. You can be in denial all you want to. I've researched. They have African tribes. A person might be light to them. To you, they're not light at all, but to them, they are. And they're preferred in that tribe, and they ain't even met white people. Child, please. Please with it. So my heart goes out to the Sudanese women, the innocent young boys who are being murked, and the men, innocent men, and the children especially. I hope that they stop cutting up vaginas. I really hope y'all stop doing that in your culture and marrying off 9-year-olds. When you do that, you might get more of an opinion from me. But I will say that I don't like the war going on, and I wish that your men would stop murking you. You can keep saying the Arabs. How many Arabs from the UAE is running around the Sudan telling these people, go get the machetes and the weapons and go gun down your brothers and sisters and grape them? At the end of the day, it's you. You have to have the strength to look at what you're doing and who you are and say, enough. I will not do it anymore. But the fact that so many people of color, you keep trying to hide behind Arabs and white people and blame them for your sick asses too, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. Because if black men if decided to go on a graping spree towards us in America and say, oh, well, white men in Europe was funding it and told us to do it, how you think that's going to make me look at you? So you're telling me because a group of white men told you to grape us up, I'm supposed to have respect for you? No, I would think you a weak-ass, punk-ass bitch. You ain't got no mind of your own, and you hurt me. You are a bitch. You're weak. I don't respect men who take orders from other motherfuckers that's gonna wreak havoc on me and my community. I like an alpha. I like a leader. Like, oh no, we're not doing this. I don't give a damn how much oil money and all this stuff is involved. I'm not graping my women. I'm not graping that 4-year-old. I'm not taking the life of that 5-year-old little boy from my tribe. That's the shit I respect. So you can shove this whole blaming the Arabs and the white man for everything up your ass because you're full of shit too. And I said what I said. Give me some strength and accountability. Okay, let's go to the next topic. And I'm not saying a lot more. I'm disgusted by it. Shit, y'all love to paint this picture that everybody trying. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You have Africans in Africa graping women all over the place in the army and politicians, but y'all don't ever talk about that. You don't talk about how in Africa they don't have any laws against domestic violence. Your man could whoop your ass all over the place and you don't get no protection as a black woman up over there because they don't give a fuck about you like that. Please.
And if I said Jesus not only get in the way of you honoring your ancestors, he's also getting in the way of you honoring your ancestral birthrights? Yeah, because you're so busy calling your ancestors demonic and demons, you can't even get the spiritual knowledge, not understand that they use these spiritual gifts to help free us, to help fight, to help resist. Can't even tap into the legacy of our ancestors.
I hate this type of talk. It irritates me. It irritates me, and I'm going to trigger people. I'm triggering people today because I don't give a F tonight. I don't give a crap about any of that. No religious beliefs has ever helped black people. Haiti still is at the bottom. Voodoo ain't work. Being Catholic ain't work. None of that shit has worked for y'all. Your ancestors from 2 million years ago ain't helping your ass. And they never did. Ain't shit ever help you from no spiritual shit. No, you got the strength to fight because you finally woke the fuck up and had some fucking sense and got tired of being a fucking slave. That's called mental strength. It's called getting some fucking clue. And I don't feel like being somebody's dog no damn more. Owned by somebody. It's just ridiculous to me. I always see these videos about the Yoruba. Who gives a fuck about any of that shit? Them Yorubas and Oshans and all that other fucking bullshit ain't never help y'all motherfuckers anywhere. Excuse my language. That shit ain't help Africa. Did it help you not get enslaved for fucking hundreds of years? Did it help build Africa as I speak? They ain't do shit. None of that shit. None of them trees burning sage and all that other dumb shit. It's like y'all refuse to just fucking do what other groups do. Get fucking married. Try to have good character. Go to fucking school, get an education, start a fucking business, and if you don't, get a good fucking job. Allow your women to be able to rest and be a stay-at-home wife, learn domestic skills, raise your kids decent, eat healthy if you can, have friends, support your community economically. It ain't fucking rocket science. Instead, y'all keep trying to search for something that can help us learn some basic common shit that everyone else could do. And I'm not saying other races are perfect, but I'm sick of this shit. Y'all been practicing a lot of shit for years and ain't do shit. Wait, get a fucking clue. The shit don't work. I don't depend on none of that shit. When I've been depressed, I got myself out of depression. Nothing did it for me but myself. And nothing will. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't care about any of that bullshit. I hear black people always talking on and on about this shit all over TikTok. They do everything but talk about how to build the fucking race immediately. Well, the ancestors, they're dead. They died. They died. They can't help you. I mean, if you want to believe that, I mean, it's okay to pray. It's okay, even though some of y'all say y'all Christian, and apparently you can't talk to the dead, is what Christians say. Oh, it's a demon. It ain't no fucking demon. That's some bullshit. Please, grow the fuck up with that shit. And soul ties don't exist either. I hate hearing that bullshit too. But maybe it do for you. My thing is, damn. It's like our people just refuse to just... If you want to build, start a group, write down the plan, what you want, and it's just basic shit, some of it. Law and order, build a community, find people. Eventually you want to have homes, a clinic, a hospital, a salon, a barbershop, a clothing store, a supermarket, a farm, a lawyer, a police force, a library, a computer store. You want to live in modern society. You want men who want to get married. You want men who are educated so they can actually lead and still function in America amongst other men. I don't have to fucking talk about some O'Shawn bullshit and all that stuff to know to get that together. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm moody. Y'all can see, I don't go off like this all the time. It's been a minute. I just can't take it no more. I can't take some of it. Shit. I see them all the time. I don't give a fuck how many dreadlocks you get and nose rings and burning incense. That don't do shit for me. It don't make me feel better. I don't feel connected. I don't feel inspired by none of that Erykah Badu bullshit. So, but if it works for you, I'm never going to tell you not to, if you into that goddess vibe, yoga shit, then that's fine. If that makes you feel better, if it motivates you in some type of way. But, yeah, I don't call the ancestors, people from the past, demonic. But you do have to know, just because people in Africa practice certain things doesn't make it righteous, as you say, or good. If motherfuckers was into black magic and voodoo and shit, just because it was done 500 years ago and those are my ancestors, that doesn't make it good just because they happen to be African. And as far as I'm concerned, none of that shit did anything. People always, like, Haiti is the perfect example. People keep talking about they into voodoo. I don't give who. And has it helped them? Has it helped them? Hell to the no. It ain't helped do shit for them yet. And all that other shit y'all be talking about. And again, some religions do, some things do help people. Some things do. If you find that a religion makes you feel better, it makes you feel empowered, it makes you feel connected to source, and it helps your life, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. But I do notice a pattern of black people. It's like y'all just keep talking about all this shit that just never helped you. It's never done shit for the collective of black people. You were never saved from slavery. You even right now, look at our statistics. Look at us. Whatever the fuck y'all keep talking about, it ain't doing shit. We have the worst of everything when it comes to statistics as far as we know. So clearly the shit y'all be talking about ain't working that great. How about you just have some sense and just stop doing certain shit? And stop. I'm just saying. I could go in even more. I'm not. Believe whatever you want to believe, but when I do hear black people saying that, oh, if it's not Christian, it's demonic. Well, a lot of y'all are Christian, and how the fuck has that worked out for y'all as a collective? You're still at the fucking bottom at large. We still have the most AIDS running around. We still have the most crime. We still have the most men killing each other. We still have illiterate men. We still have no real fucking community. We still have women twerking all over the fucking place. Do I have to say more? And your pastors ain't doing shit at large either to really fix shit. They won't even address the out of wedlock crisis, and half the congregation is fucking women. So, yeah, I don't really don't know what to say on that. I mean, some people get helped by the shit and feel better. But as the collective, I don't see where anything y'all be talking about has helped black people, because it's not religion, it's us. It's the culture. It's how we operate. Asian people are some of the least religious motherfucking people on earth. And look at how far they have gotten. Look at how China is. Now, some of them are Buddhist. And some of them are Christian. But a very large percent of them are not religious at all. And then they're at the very top besides white people. And they have functioning communities, and they don't kill each other every fucking week. So, I don't know. I'm just making a point. Let's go to the next thing.
I don't believe in one man, one wife. Theoretically, one man, one wife is possible, but practically, one man, one wife is not seen anywhere. Is it not our celebrities that have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baby mamas? The worst thing you can do to a woman is to impregnate her without marrying her. But this man said, no, I can't keep her as a baby mama. I am going to marry her the way they marry a woman. That is respect. That is how a normal human being, a normal man that has sense is supposed to behave. You are talking about Christianity. Even your pastors are polygamous. Your pastors are having side chicks. Your pastors are sleeping around. Your pastor is still a polygamous man. But the same Bible said, a time shall come when 30 women will be running after one man just to answer the name of a man. Is it not the same Bible that said it? Those men that married 3, 4, 5, 6 wives in the Old Testament, are you saying on the last day when the trumpet sound or during judgment, people that married second wife in the New Testament, they will go to hellfire? Why the people that married 2 wives in the Old Testament will go to heaven? Is that how the judgment will be when the time for judgment comes? Deceiving yourselves. Every man, go and answer for yourself. Enjoy yourself while you're still alive. Our reverend fathers are polygamous in nature. This is the nature of a man. You cannot cheat it.
Okay. She says that you can't change this. It's in the nature of a man to be polygamous. Yes, it is in the nature for men to want to have sex with multiple women. They don't want to just stick their penis in one woman to the day they croak. That is reality. That's why it's called sowing your seed or some shit before you get married. Go F all over the place. But then men are always saying women are not supposed to have smecks, but we are. So who are you having smecks with, goats or men? Not only that, but I'm actually happy to burst your bubble tonight. Women also think about other men. If you get to go around sleeping with who you want to, then why are you telling women who want to have other men they can't? I don't care what you say. I don't care if, you get penetrated. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. If a woman says, I'm tired of sleeping with his ass for the last 10 years, there's a man down the street that I like and looks good and he wants me and I want some of that too. Am I allowed to be polygamous and go out the home and get some of that on the weekend and then come back home like you do? And you don't bother me. Or you know about it. We agreed. A man don't want to hear that shit. But all of a sudden, it's okay for you to go stick your thing up in other coochies and come home for me, and you want to put it in my mouth, and all this other stuff will give me an infection because you've been up all these other women, and I'm supposed to be okay with that. My thing is, I'm not against polygamy. A lot of women are. I'm not actually. If it's what I want to do, I'm not working. No. I'm not. If I did polygamy, I'm not doing the kind where I have to work. No, you're taking care of me and the other women, and we have separate houses. I could easily do that with no problem, to be real with you. I'm not against it if a man and a woman wants to do it, because not everybody is into the same thing. My thing is, if I did it, I'm not working with the wives to pay the rent. No, you taking care of me and the women. And I'm doing some cooking, raising my babies with you, and we can all get along. I would do it if he could financially do it, if I wanted to. It's not, I'm being real with you. It's not actually, I really don't care about it. It's not a problem if I wanted to do it. My thing is, though, is that I'm tired of society. Yes, we know that men have sperm. Yes, we know they're crazy and need coochie all the time, and they want some men just look. They could be disciplined, but men, they're like in the buffet in the candy store. They're like, oh, she look good, I want some. Oh, she look good, I want some. I'm a man, I'm hard, I need it. I'm here to populate. That's what men think. And I do believe that most men, on average, cheat, on average. Most of them do. And that's just the truth. Most men do not think about being with one woman. Now, women might think, oh, I'll have my husband, we're making love. A lot of women could be with one man and happy, especially if they're in love and he look good. It's all mine. He's all mine. I'm coming home to my husband. We're going to do it. I can't wait. He's my man. He's mine. All to myself. But then you do have some women who think, damn, oh, he look good. Oh, he look good. Oh, he look good. Oh, ooh, yeah, I want some of him, and then I want some of him, and I want some of him. I need a man that could deal with that. The average man is not going to accept that. I just feel like if you won't accept women who have high libidos and actually desire multiple men and don't want to sleep with the same man until she croaks, because as quiet as it's kept, there are women who actually get tired of sleeping with their husbands and want other men that they think look good. Or if their man is not hitting it great or he's lacking in certain areas, they want to step out, but they don't. And some do. I'm just saying, if you can't accept a woman saying, well, it's in my nature, I want other men sometimes. If you say no to that, then it's only fair a woman can say, I don't want to share you. I don't have, if I'm okay with it, that's different. But if I say, no, I don't want you going up in the other woman down the street and stuff and then coming home to me and then coming up in me and stuff. No. Or no. I'm just one of those women, like, if you cheating, fine. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. Because I believe most of them do any damn way. Most of them. My thing is, once she start calling and you doing this shit in front of me, now you're disrespecting me. And it's not like I would want him to come home and say, look, oh, well, you know, I got 2 other women. Okay? I don't want to hear that shit. Keep it to your damn self. And you better be very sneaky with the shit. And you don't get her pregnant. And don't come home with something to me. I mean, you really can't stop him. I told women this. You ain't stopping no man from cheating on you. And all them women who talk about my man don't cheat, y'all are fucking fool. They all fucking do. Most of them. I ain't met one that didn't. And men that I know, not one. Maybe actually one. I did meet one who didn't. But all through my life, I ain't met one. And that includes, When I say I that means family members, all of them. All of them. So you're very lucky if you meet a man who doesn't cheat, because 99% of them do. Even the good ones. And I know this to be a fact. I'll just say there were two that after they let it be known they wanted me, I knew there was no good men on earth. Not at large that don't cheat. There was one, actually two, but one I honestly thought was a good man who loved his wife. But the opportunity to let me know he wanted me, and he did, I couldn't believe it. And I didn't say anything to her because it would break her fucking heart. I said, I ain't gonna tell that woman because it'll break her fucking heart. And this is supposedly one of the good ones. It's like, damn, men ain't shit. A good portion of them. Sorry, Jamar. I mean, you do seem like a nice man, but I don't trust none of you, and I never will. And what I have experienced has been enough for me to know most of you cannot be trusted. But what you can be is respectful. So, okay, you cheating. If I don't know, that's different. But once I see that shit, then yeah, I might say something. Or you throw it in my face or something, or you have this woman calling. You just saying you don't care about me. You don't love me. Really. And I had said before, the worst thing there's three things your man could do if he's cheating that's just unforgivable. Making another baby, bringing you HIV, and finding out he ate another woman's coochie. That's more infuriating and insulting and makes me want to fucking fight you than finding out that the D went in. You don't ever go down on another woman, because now you really fucking slapping me in the face. I'll fight your ass over that. I ain't playing with you. I better not ever find that shit out. And giving her money. That's my fucking money. The fuck you doing? Okay, let me calm down, y'all. I'm hyped up tonight. I find out if we having rent problems or something, you taking this bitch out shopping, bitch, and you ain't giving me money. You spending my fucking money on another motherfucker? Please, bitch. Or you went down on another woman, you've betrayed me. Hardcore. Let's move on. I ain't saying no more tonight. I'm talking too much right now.
If I'm staying at your house and I get ready to take a shower and I see that you have white towels and white wash rags, I'm going home. Because that's too nosy for me. Because what do you mean when you shop for towels and rags, out of all the colors they had, you chose white? That is just very disrespectful. I was at somebody's house one time and I was taking a shower and they had everything was white. It gave me anxiety because it does not matter how clean you is, baby. A white rag is going to humble you every single time. A white rag is going to humble you while you're showering, and then a white towel is going to make you get right back in that shower, because it's like, baby, you missed something. Because out of all why would you have white? Like, that is too far in my business. That is because I am not about to run a white wash rag between the crack of my behind and put it in nobody's hamper. Like, because you have to do the laundry and it's your guest bathroom. So I'm sure you don't have a whole bunch of guests over. So even if you're not like weird like that, where you go look at stuff people don't use, you cannot help but see a dingy white rag or a white towel. That is just no, I'm going home. If I'm staying at your house and I get ready to take a shower and I see that you have white towels and white wash rags, I'm going home.
Oh my God, y'all. Where do I start with this? You want a white rag and wash rag so you can see the dirt coming off your ass. You want to be able to see it. Scrub. If your white rag is caked up all over the place with brown and shit, that means you ain't wiping your ass properly and you're dirty. Now, naturally, when you wash your face, your neck, behind your ear, your belly button, your back and stuff, it's a white rag. You're scrubbing. You're supposed to see the dirt. That's the point. Not only that, you want to get white rags and towels. And why would your towel be caked up with stuff if you just washed your ass with that wash rag? You dry off. There shouldn't be a bunch of shit on that damn towel. My thing is that the point of having the white rags and towels is that you can bleach them. You can literally clean it better because when you wash your clothes, you put bleach in it versus a regular colored rag and towel. You can't bleach them. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if she's saying she's just a really dirty woman and she sees how dirty her ass is every time she takes that shower. But my thing is, okay, a woman should always, and a man, have the detachable shower rod and put it on the power blaster. And before you even go down there, like power blast down there and do a rinse, wash yourself, lather it up with soap, and then go in with the rag with the soap again and wash it. And you wouldn't see all of that on the shit. But I wouldn't be upset if a person's white wash rag is dirty because you are dirty, you're washing, and you're gonna see the dirt because it's white. And that's how you actually see how dirty your ass really is when you have them white wash rags. So Courtney says, wipe yourself down again if the rag is not clear while still in the shower. I mean, Lord. So people do tell on themselves about their hygiene or how dirty they are type of thing. I mean, if you're dirty, you're going to see it on the white rag. Lather it up with soap and scrub and get the dirt. Rinse it. Get your private areas and all of that. I don't know, but I'm not against white rags and towels, okay? If you have an issue because you're real dirty or you don't like seeing the dirt on it, that's a mental thing. Because that's why you wash and use bleach to clear and clean up all the germs off of it, okay? So let's see some good advice that a man is given.
I don't know how many times I gotta say this shit, ladies. If I see this shit again on one more damn video, look, if some man wanna take you on a date, bring your own damn money. Cause you don't know what the hell gonna happen. Drive your own car, bring your own damn money, and stop letting people know where you stay if y'all haven't even been on date for 30 days. They don't need to know where you live. Bring your own money, and if they get to tripping, you just pay the bill kindly, stay in a positive attitude, keep it sweet and nice, get in your car, and leave. And just pretend that you're still interested just for your safety. And once you get out of that situation, just be done. Block the number, be done, or just be done. That's how you do that. That's how you keep yourself safe. No need to have an altercation at the restaurant, pull out your phone, all that carrying on, because you don't know what dangers that may bring you. Just have your own money and get the hell up out of there.
This was nice of him to do this video because it's protecting women. I don't do all that arguing and all that drama and all of that. If you're on a bad day, he said, bring your own money, because if things go left and you're talking to a very mean, nasty nut job of a man, you have the money to leave and get up out of there. You know, I've seen so many things. I was late talking about the coffee date stuff, but if you're on a date with a man, normally most men know to pay for the date. But if he were to say something, he expects you to go 50-50, remain calm. Don't curse him out. Don't make a scene. Go along. Okay. pay your part, get out of there very quickly and block him. And you will never talk to that man again. And if he starts acting up on the date, remain calm. Don't do all that screaming. And you can either leave early or go through with the date. Respectfully leave. See, ladies, you don't have to do all that screaming and all that other stuff. Just go. Just respectfully go. I always tell that story of a man. I always say I met the devil. I met the devil that day. I actually met this guy at a pro-black event. This is when I was into that shit back then. You know, the whole red, black, and green flag and all that. He was dressed in a suit and all of that stuff, and he took me out on a date that same day, and we were talking, and he seemed pretty decent. And when I got home a few days later, I was talking to him, but I was home. And I saw the other side come out of this man. I said, I ain't never been talked to like this in my life. And this was a pro-black man. Girl, he was saying all types of crazy shit. He was trying to rile me up. And I don't know, if he didn't want to talk anymore to me, he could have just said that or whatever. But he started having this stank attitude, and he started telling me he breaks bones, he breaks limbs and shit, and they call him a certain name. And then we were talking, and he said he tried to diss me because I watch CNN and he watches the world news type of shit. And I watch that too now, but at that time I was watching CNN, and he just kept picking at me. And he finally said, oh, you watch CNN. I watch the world news. And he said something. He was picking. And I finally had enough because I saw what he was doing. And you know what he said to me? This is a pro-black empowerment man. He said, about fucking time. And I'm like, he said, about fucking time. And that's when I went off. I said, motherfucker. And I forgot what happened. And he was screaming. He was screaming on the phone at me. And I was screaming on the phone. I said, motherfucker. Because he said, yeah, about motherfucking time. He said, bitch, I break limbs. And it was just craziness. I couldn't believe it. Hold on, y'all. Something falling off me. Off my headphone. Okay, so hold on. I couldn't believe it. I had never been talked to like that. And I was in shock because this dude was pro-black. At least I thought he was, like that empowerment type of shit. And he was acting all nice. He took me to a restaurant twice. I had a drink, and he seemed okay, but then the crazy came out, and then he was telling me about breaking, I think, women's bones and all types of shit. They call him something like the Punisher or some type of shit like that. And then, you know, just picking he wanted to piss me off. That's why he said about fucking time. Like, finally you react to me, the shit I'm doing to you. And then when I started, it just came out like, motherfucker. And then he started screaming and shit. And I said, oh, fuck this. And then I just hung up the phone. It was nothing serious. We only talked for a few days type of thing. I'm like, oh my God, this damn nut job, an abusive man, scared. I'm telling you though, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I saved his number because I said, if this man called me again, but I was scared. Like, the way that man was talking, like he was gonna beat my ass. That was scary as shit. So, and I'm like, damn. And I thought this was the good old pro-black man at the rally type of shit. So, yeah, that was crazy. But I've met other crazy men before. But I just wanted to share that story. That was one of my crazy experiences. So, I'm like, shit, so what? You watch BBC News and shit. I watch that too. And CNN. I love CNN. I haven't watched CNN in a while, but I always used to watch CNN. So, thank you, Jamar. But he ain't the only crazy one. Shit, every time I meet someone, even a man or a woman, and I think they're the most evil person I met and I can't believe what I'm seeing, I'll meet someone in the future that's actually worse. And I'm like, oh my God, like, damn, people really exist like this? I've had that happen, meeting people like, damn, I really didn't think people, like, you see this shit on TV, but when you actually meet motherfuckers like off the people off TV, pure evil and nasty and jealous and saying sneaky, smart mouth, sideways shit and threatening all the time. I know I met so many different types of people. I mean, child, you would be surprised how fucked up people are out here, both men and women, that you actually might encounter in your life. So, okay, I think I have one more thing to show. I couldn't believe this. Gen Z is calling the Nike Air Force One shoes the dad shoe. This is the most popular shoe ever. Like, the Air Force Ones. Even Nelly made a song about it, My Air Force Ones, and that was a huge hit. Like, Gen Z thinks this is a dad shoe. I'm like, this is the most popular shoe in Black America. Besides Jordans. I'm like, everybody wanted Air Force Ones. I didn't have a pair, but I do like them. I do. I'm like, yeah, these were like the thing. So it's a dad shoe to them now. I'm like, this is crazy. People are like, what is Gen Z talking about? Because they love to wear millennial Y2K fashion now. So I'm like, what? It says, hold on. Let me make this bigger. Also, y'all, I'm sorry for going off. Y'all know how I used to do back in the day, though. I have controlled myself for a very long time with not getting riled up and pissed the hell off. Understand, when I get pissed off like what y'all seen tonight, that's because I'm very loving. I'm very loving. I'm very compassionate. I'm very passionate. Don't you know how angry I get hearing about these things happening to women and children and to innocent little boys? I have the anger that's needed to fix the fucking world. If y'all was like me out here, I'm not talking about everybody in this chat, but the whole globe, if you had the fucking anger and passion like me to fix this shit, the world might look different. If I had to hire a freaking army of men to go up in the Sudan and in the hood, and we got to start doing certain things to get it done, because I'm not playing with you, then that's what's going to happen. Sometimes you got to do that to get it done, to get peace. I got to eradicate some shit. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If people cared about great victims and actually had empathy and actually imagine what they go through, and especially a woman, because you know what it feel like to be penetrated. I'm not saying it's always bad. I'm just saying it can hurt. My thing is, come on. Shit. So yeah, when I go off, and I know some of y'all said, please, Cerebral, please don't go off like this. You a lady. We can't see you like this. I know. And I've been doing good for months. For months, not getting like that, riled up like that. But sometimes I can't take this shit. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for when I get crazy like that. I don't say I'm crazy, but when I get riled up and I'm ready to fight for the right cause, for the right thing. Shoot. So, all right, I'm gonna try to be better. I know y'all don't like, hold on. Where's my y'all, hold on. Okay. I know y'all don't like me going off like that, and I'm going to try not to go off like that. If I do, I'm going to make sure I don't say all them curse words. I can say something else. And I say the things I say because there are Black people who hate the truth, and they'll call me an auntie ruckus and all that other bullshit. It's because I love you in a way. Some of y'all, and some of y'all do. But it's love saying those things because you got to see the truth. That's why we in the position we in, because y'all in denial. Y'all suffering from mass delusion, a good portion of y'all. And you don't want to take the accountability, and you don't want the truth. Every Black person that tells the truth is dismissed and called a fucking Uncle Ruckus, Auntie Ruckus, a MAGA, and all this other shit. I don't give a damn if you call me that. Go ahead. I know I didn't lie. So it says the Nike Air Force One is one of the most popular shoes ever made. It is now being called a dad shoe by Gen Z. The classic all-white sneaker, once seen as the go-to shoe, is starting to be viewed as something older or more basic for younger generations. Fashion pages and sneaker blogs have noticed that younger people are joking about how common the shoe has become. Some say because so many people wear Air Force Ones, especially older crowds and parents, the shoe is losing its cool. An image is starting to feel like something your dad would wear. Oh, the Air Force One came out in 1982 as a basketball shoe and later become a street fashion staple. Over the years, the culture helped make it a must-have shoe. But trends shift and Gen Z are calling it outdated compared to newer styles like the Nike Dunks and New Balance 550s and Yeezys. Even with the jokes, okay, the Air Force One still sells millions of shoes every day and remains one of Nike's best-selling shoes of all time. The fans, some sneaker fans say it's not a dad shoe, it's just timeless. Others believe Gen Z is ready to move on to something new. I'm in shock. I never thought Air Force Ones would be called a dad shoe. Like it's a simple shoe. I like it. I'm not discarding Air Force Ones as a nice shoe. Leave a heart if you like the Air Force One shoe. Leave a heart if you like the Air Force One shoe. I mean, these were big. I don't consider this, it's clean, it's classic. It looks good to me. So, thank you, Jasmine Rose. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to end tonight's show with this woman. Her hair company, her products is called Curl Mix. Is actually on the verge of closing down. And his co-founder, Kim Lewis, turns to the community for protection. So, she doesn't want to lose this company. It says that after raising millions of dollars to keep the company Black-owned, rising costs and limited access to capital have made it difficult to operate. The team has downsized, and Curl Mix needs 20,000 orders in the next 60 days to sustain the business. Okay, through their new campaign, Curl Mix is asking supporters to purchase the $100 Protect Curl Mix bundle to help keep the brand going. Okay, so if you want to support her and her company from not going out of business, okay, her empire, go to her website, Curl Mix. Go to Curl Mix. Check her out. Even if you don't order the $100 package, you can order up other stuff. I'm sure if thousands of Black people order from her, it'll all add up. So that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it for tonight. Thank you, y'all. Look, I said, you know what though? I haven't been live on, like this in a minute. And I enjoy talking to y'all. I enjoy telling the truth. It can be the raw truth, and some people, they can't handle it. And I want to say that what I say doesn't apply to everyone. I don't want Sudanese women to get raped and children to get raped, little boys to get murked, and innocent men to get murked. But people always make it racial. You don't understand. This is a religious and cultural war. There are people who look like you, or they look like they could be in your family, and in some cases they don't, but they have melanin, who don't care anything about you. You being Black American means nothing to some of them. You're not from there. You're not of their culture. And most of all, tribal wars and religious wars, Islam versus Christianity and stuff, and how serious it gets and stuff. Some of that stuff you being Black American ain't gonna keep you safe. And then they're fighting within their own communities about the religious differences and culture differences and what tribe this and that tribe that. We got to wipe out that tribe that. And you know what makes me sick about what I see going on in Africa and around the globe with men? It's not women doing it. It's the men. I already cursed tonight and this live might be destroyed from it. So F it at this point. I'm going to say the rest I want to say for this live. How the fuck are y'all over in other countries? You don't even have fucking clean water, half of y'all. You can barely properly wash your ass all the time because your water is filled up with shit. You got malaria floating all around from the flies drinking that dirty ass water and infecting y'all. Your kids go through fucking famines every fucking year, a couple of years, fucking bones and skeletons and shit. Y'all ain't got shit all over the place. Y'all fucking starving, fighting for food and resources. And y'all be fighting each other over who motherfucking religion is better, and none of half of that shit ain't even help y'all ever, either one of them. You mean to tell me you got that much time on your hands that instead of trying to build your motherfucking shit, y'all men rather fight and kill up each other, rape your children, rape your women, rape your grandmas over some dumb shit, and you ain't even got shit. Y'all are broke and poor as fuck. You drink dirty fucking water. You depend on donated clothing just to clothe your ass. And yes, it's true. Y'all getting them guns and shit from outside forces supplying y'all asses and shit. I'm not saying they off the hook. Yeah, there are people who don't give a fuck about Africans killing each other. If they don't like your ass already because you black, why would they care that y'all go ahead, keep killing each other? We don't give a fuck. We don't want y'all on the planet any damn way. Go ahead. So if your dumb ass want to keep taking bribes and money from outside people who don't even like you and then go kill and grape up your own women, you ain't shit to me either. Really. Okay? And then you have other people. Look, Africans' relationships with white people ain't the same as black people in America. Black people are on the internet very vocal about hating the shit out of white people. A number of them. Africans work with white people. They get along with white people a lot. And black people talk about them being bootlickers and all that other shit. It's whatever. I don't think that's 100% true. My thing is that you have black people on the internet. You say that white people are oppressing you. They're your enemy and they're trying to kill you through food and all this other shit. But then the minute y'all start killing each other, you beg and ask, why aren't they helping us? Why won't the white people in power and outside forces, why aren't they helping us from us killing us? Can you please help us from killing each other? We need you. But you're the devil. I hate you. You're my oppressor. You've ruined my tribe. You've ruined my race. I don't trust you. You're trying to kill us. Why aren't you talking about us murdering each other in Chicago every fucking week? Why aren't you saving us? Well, Trump said he was bringing his ass up over there, and then you got these fucking stupid ass black women and men whining and complaining. I thought you said you wanted to be protected. Protect the black woman. That's on your pocketbooks. Your men ain't protecting you. So then Trump said, all right, we coming up over there then. Fuck going to the other countries. We got wars up in here. We'll handle this shit. Oh, no, this is racism. So would you rather Obama be the one to come in and say we're going to start murking your murderers? Would that have made you feel better? Not only that, but it's just interesting how 1 minute you hate white people, but the minute y'all Negroes start killing each other, why don't no one care? Why won't they come save us? I thought you was a king. I thought you was strong. Why do you need a white man or an Arab man to tell you to stop fucking killing your other black men up and stop raping your children and women? Why the fuck do you need them to tell you that? You're strong, you're a king, why can't you save yourself? Why can't you stop killing each other? Why do you need them to step in to save you from yourself? And then you say, they're my open enemy, they're an enemy. Why the fuck would your enemy come to fucking save you? Use your fucking brain. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying they're an enemy, but now you need your enemy to come and help you from yourself. You need the enemy to step in to teach you how to stop raping your fucking children. and your women, and to stop shooting down your fellow brother. Do you see why I go off the way I do? Do you see? I thought if you're the supreme one and the supreme being and you're so intelligent, why do you have to have Arabs and white men step in for anything? Why can't you do that yourself? Why can't you organize and be strategic and come up with a plan, or have some of y'all step the fuck up and do something about it? It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You don't shit on somebody publicly 24 hours a day on TikTok and then whine and complain that they're not rescuing you. I even argue with black women on different platforms because thousands of black women are missing, and some are always saying that they hate white people and they're devils and this and that. No one. So if that's the case, why are you begging them to use their resources to find you? Your men should be responsible for you, but black men don't look for you because they don't give a fuck about you like that on average. They're not trying to find you, and they ain't start no shit to find you. All that finding missing people, that shit is white people's resources. That's they shit. Half of them programs and those for cynic shit and the scientists and the DNA and investigators and shit. Black men ain't never start no shit like that to find y'all asses. You go missing, it's the white man shit to come look for you because black men don't look for you. And then you be talking all this shit online, but the minute something happened, you want them to come run to your rescue. And then you shit on them, and they the ones who be helping you half the time. And ain't your men helping you. Sorry, Jamar. I think you are a good man. And I'm sorry. I'm not talking about you. But the collective. Power don't work like that. And I could say a lot more. It just don't work like that. You don't get to shit on me and then tell me that I'm obligated to fucking fix your shit. Go to your fucking men. Oops, I forgot they don't give a fuck about you. Then you scream, no one loves the black woman. Well, people be trying to love you. And then you say it's performative. Oh, a white man says he thinks a black woman's pretty. Don't trust him. Don't fall for the bait. Are you, what? It's crazy. If you knew you were a fine motherfucker, you wouldn't even be shocked that white men like you and other races of men. Because you know you look good. Please with that bullshit. But power don't work like that. You know how many groups of men who are not black don't actually like other men from different tribes and cultures, and they still do business together? Don't y'all learn anything from these motherfucking mafia movies? I love the shit out The Godfather. You don't learn shit from the movies? Y'all better go watch The Godfather. Shit. Michael Corleone, Italian, and American white man, the so-called Kennedy man in the film, he didn't like their ass. But they always said it's business, not personal. No, I don't fuck with you. But we do business together. I have contracts. And they set that shit up where they dig dirt up on him. And then he needed them. So he went up and spoke on their behalf at the courthouse and shit for the Italians because it was business. I need you. You have something I need, and you need something from me. Yeah, we don't really fuck with each other, but we doing business. This is about money. Y'all on the internet telling all the motherfuckers how you feel about them, and you have to do business with these people that can easily poison your fucking water supply, fucking put poison in the fucking the fucking hair perms and shit, all types of shit they could do if they wanted to, because we don't even have scientists testing that shit. You don't shit where you eat. You don't tell. You can think whatever you want to think. You keep going on about white people while they literally run shit and make everything you eat and use and put in your fucking head, and them Asians. You don't get to talk shit until you run in some shit and you control some shit. You don't depend and get fed by people and then talk the shit to them like they have to, like they your fucking slaves or something. You supposed to do this and that for me. That's why you got a lot of white people on TikTok right now saying, fuck this shit. Oh, you talking shit? Well, let me tell you this. We supply this and that. Go build your own shit. Since you so good at building, so you claim, where the shit at? It's dangerous. And I'm not saying, when I say this, some black people get mad. I'm not telling you to kiss nobody ass. You don't understand how business and shit work. You got to keep your mouth closed in certain situations, especially when you ain't the one making shit and running shit. If they wanted to kill you, they could easily fucking kill you. Just by doing certain shit. Putting shit in shit. You wouldn't know. And then when shit happen, we don't sue or we keep talking. It's like, if y'all not gonna go to school to be doctors and OBGYNs, this whole being pregnant is dangerous and shit, what the fuck we supposed to do? If y'all not gonna fix it and become doctors and doulas and all that other shit, then you are in their hands unless you're gonna give birth at home. If you're not going to start a police force and become police officers and become lawyers and all this shit that you say they trying to kill us and ruin us, if you're not going to get in those industries, then you're fucked. And your women have to depend on other people. That's how this shit work. And all that shit y'all be saying, telling our fucking business every day on TikTok. Fucking dumbass motherfuckers talking about, oh, I only pay $50 in rent and I'm doing this and that. And then her fucking ass got evicted the same week. Another one on there right now telling some shit that should be behind closed doors and shit. And I'm like, y'all just gonna fuck up everything. Can't stand this shit. Big motherfucking mouths. Everybody know the hand of the black people. They know what you think about them. They know all types of shit because all y'all do. It's over. It's beyond repair. Y'all are easy to get, easy to manipulate, very emotional. I'm keeping it real with you. Every time a black man with a white woman, everybody know what y'all gonna do. You keep doing it year after fucking year. It's just craziness. I just report the news. And I already talk about what everybody already see and know. It's beyond repair. If you were in a war like you believe, you already lost it. And you would lose anyway. Everybody knows your hand. You talk too fucking much about certain stuff that maybe you should be quiet about. Y'all be going in on them Asians all the time. They the ones making every fucking thing for the United States. But you want to do business and all this other shit? They know you don't fucking like them like that. All types of shit y'all be saying. They could put fucking poison in them fucking natural hair care products that most of y'all don't make, some of y'all. I'm just saying, you put your people in danger with that, in my opinion. Them Asians and all types of people be having meetings and shit behind the scenes you don't know shit about because they not coming up on the internet to tell you they hand and what the fuck they plans are, what they really be thinking. Y'all opposite. Everybody knows your hand. And it's done with. Everyone knows. They know how you feel about them. They know what you think. They know what triggers you. That's why you have some of these motherfuckers making these videos on TikTok that they know gonna rile black women up that ain't black because they've been watching and listening on what y'all be talking and what y'all problems are and what y'all be saying and shit. They know. That's why that motherfucker talked about hair weaves and shit. When the fuck he know anything about a fucking hair weave? He don't even know how much a hair weave costs. I'm not saying as much. Personally, I want world peace. I'm tired of seeing everybody fighting all the time on TikTok and all this shit. And people are seeing now even more, it really is poor people suffering of every race and other people aren't. But people still want to fight over race and keep obsessing over fucking slavery every fucking day and all this other shit, it's like we can't move forward. All of humanity. People don't want to protect the children. They don't want to protect the women. Men fighting to marry babies and shit. People trying to take over people. It's just a lot of shit. I would love to see us all just fucking get along. Let it go. Start the fuck over. But that's not something you can force or make happen. That takes a collective group effort. And people have to check their people who are bad and evil within their own race. And that's just not happening right now. So, I don't know what's in store for humanity. It's just craziness what we see going on. So look, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll be talking to you all very, very soon. Very, very soon. I love doing these lives. I'm gonna do more in the future. I know y'all are tripping looking at this picture, but these are older pictures. I love the vintage photos and stuff. Okay, that was a very popular music video vixen on the left. Very, very popular. And of course, you have Cassie and Solange. I was surprised when I saw this photo. I was like, oh, they knew each other. Okay. And of course, Britney Spears. There has never been a Britney Spears since Britney Spears. Love Britney Spears. So that is it, y'all, for today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell and click on notifications. You all take care.